So, in the last session, we briefly touched upon the intellect guides the life in harmony, and we will discuss in detail in today's session with reference to the Satsang. Satsang fosters our discernment, dispassion, six treasures, and a burning desire. We will talk about that. And then there are levels of attachment that affects our mental freedom. What is required? Consistent practice. So let us start with the Sahasra, the S letter. Settle the mind in the real self first. First, settle the mind in the real self. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. You are contemplating, you know the meaning. First meaning, may there be happiness for all. Second meaning, may there be peace for all. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be wholeness for all. And the last line, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Now you see that if what we discussed last time about the sequence, what is the sequence from the outside? The world of people, objects, things, etc., 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 events and conditions. And the first interaction is with our sense organs. And then sense organs in the body, because I feel hot and cold, etc. Then it comes to the mind. Now, depending on the nature, or I would say the mood and the mode of the mind, you receive the world outside, from the outside. You receive your partner, you receive your money, you receive your anything and everything, weather, temperature, etc., etc. So now, depending on this, but why the mind has variety of states? So that is dictated by the intellect. If the intellect is deluded, but why it is deluded? It is deluded because of the past impressions, our emotions, attitude, behavior, and conduct. But why? What is the cause of this? Our past impressions. So there are millions and trillions of past impressions are there. You have seen the sequence. Now you are saying, may there be happiness for all. With consistency, with emotion and the feeling. So it triggers the second compartment of the six treasures because you are doing it consciously. You are bypassing the impulsive nature. And that helps you settle the mind. That helps you settle the mind in the real. In the form of peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. It depends on your intensity, your burning desire. Now you can open the eyes. So that, you see that emotion is there, may there be happiness for all, but the intellect is also goes together. In science, we say, no, we should have an unbiased protocol for the research. We don't play Emotion do not play any role. No, pure emotion plays a role here. We are very clear. Pure emotion. I'm affectionate towards you. I respect you. It's a pure emotion. Why should I not have it? But anyhow, so the second SAHASRA and plus E you can say. So you always settle the mind. During the day also, you are talking to your partner and you see, oh, mind has some reaction. Why it should have reaction? Let me go back. Mentally you can say, Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May my partner be happy. So if it is happy, then you won't react. You won't react, then there is no further aggravation of the problem. But we do it. Why we do it? Because of our ego. No, you can rest, Ashok. No problem. I'm not looking at you. So you can rest. You can rest and listen, and you rest in sleep also. So by the way, let us go to the assess and audit your life. Did you audit your life since the last session? Let us go to Ashok first. Otherwise, he will say, nobody asked me, and you ask everyone.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Sir, sir, things are going in better way. My feelings is better, and prayer is going on. Nothing more to say, but things are going better.
Very good. Prayer is going on one side, and your life is going on other side. Very good. Let us go to the Dennis. How are you?
Same side.
Oh, same side. Okay.
Same.
Okay. Yes, Dennis.
Yes, I also don't have any challenges to report during the last couple of days, but I do the practice regularly, contemplate, reflect, and it just seems the life is more peaceful, more calm.
Beautiful, yes. Beautiful. How are you, David?
Thank you. Yeah, similar to Dennis. It's interesting because my world, at least, has really gotten very AI oriented in my businesses, and I find that I need to take little breaks during the day just to be quiet and contemplate and reflect and say the mantra, because otherwise, there's a million different things going on. So I started introducing that to my day, just sometimes for 5 minutes, sometimes for 20 minutes, depending, and then get back at it. So that's my observation.
Excellent, because your intellect reminds you to do it. Previously, it was not happening. The mind was dictating. You see, that is what I created a series to help you understand how it is happening, how the inner mechanism works. Beautiful, beautifully said. How are you, Christina?
I have had that word sentence since you said it last week in my mind, repeating of let me settle the mind.
Yeah.
At any point where I have realized that there's nothing to feel anxiety about, but my mind and body is wanting to react that way.
Beautiful.
And so I've just been going back to let me mind, go ahead and settle. Just taking a second. If I'm washing my hands, doing, loading the laundry in the dryer. It's like so quick that you could just say that Mangala Charan and I see myself calm down immediately. So thank you.
Beautiful, Christina, putting the clothes in the laundry and mine is doing. I have been telling, last time also I made it clear, what we say sadhana, all practices has to be done mentally. And mind can do the practice anytime, whether you are in a restroom or putting the clothes in a laundry or you are communicating, even when you are talking to your friend or a partner. If that starts and if it is regular, you will have no end to this journey. The journey will reveal lot of more things. How are you, Barbara?
I am good, thank you. I had a little situation with my sister this past week, and sometimes she could be completely oblivious to other people's needs. But I realized that you can't expect other people to see things through your eyes. And instead of allowing the situation to fester, I just stepped away from it and let it go.
May there be happiness for all, including your sister. Finished. Why should I poke my nose? Because first I have to find myself. I have to settle completely in peace. And then we see that what should be the best response. Until then, leave the word. That mentally, I have to leave it mentally. It is not physical. Again, understand that clear. And now, how are you, Vaibhav? We go to Terry and Sangeeta, yes.
Thank you, sir. So my mind remains calm generally. Like I keep on checking with my mind, like if it is aligned with the peace or not.
Yeah.
And if it is not there, then I just contemplate and then see that I can bring it back to that peace. And it helps every time. Like whenever I'm able to do it, it makes my mind at rest and peaceful.
Beautiful. You check every time means the intellect is very clear. Anxiety not required. No place for anxiety, no place for reaction, no place for duality and a conflict. No, let me go with it. And if I'm going with it, that means I have settled my mind into the journey of the Eastern wisdom. What a beautiful state it is. Beautiful, all are sharing good. How are you, Terry, if you want to share? She's not looking at the screen, so that is why we don't see her, but it's okay.
My boy.
Oh, no problem. Oh, how are you, Sangeeta?
सर लास्ट वीक के आश्रम जाने का अवसर मिला तो वहां पर सर सेवा सिमरन और सत्संग सब एक साथ हो जाता तो बहुत अच्छा रहा पीसफुल
Seva, service. This is also serve. Your mind has an attitude that I'm serving. The way I told you, I'm serving my master through you. That is the service. Huh? क्या है और क्या service? And satsang. Satsang, so he went to my and our master's place, and there she was engaged in service, in satsang, etc. Yes, obviously, that is very good. The third step is, you remember the 8-step or 9-step format. How I don't remember how many steps. So the SAH. H means I have to hold those principles in my intellect, and I can invoke those principles at any given time. You just invoke those principles, and you will see the life starts changing. Now the fourth letter is the A, absorbed through the satsang. So we understand the basics, very basic, the fundamental. Now there is one master who says that until you reach to a state of fourfold practices, you have a higher level of discernment, you have a higher level of dispassion, you have 6 treasures in your daily life, you have a burning desire for freedom, then you are a seeker who listens and learns these principles and reaches to the highest state. What about those people who do not have that quality and who are not qualified? They should attend the satsang. So satsang is for both. Satsang is for the qualified also. Satsang is also for the non-qualified who becomes a qualified seeker by attending the satsang. Where is satsang? We discussed. Company of the real. So can you tell me, can you point out anything real in the world outside? Answer is no. Why no? Because everything is changing. Whatever is changing is false. It is not real. So what we have been discussing, let us move. I gave a brief introduction to the satsang. So now let us move to the 5th step. That is the samvad, or you can say a dialogue, contemplation, reflection, deep thinking, understanding, cause and effect through a one principle. That is what I normally follow this session. So satsang with a topic or a principle, that is what the S letter is. So the second S, the first S is the settle the mind in the real self. So I will expand the previous session lesson. What was that lesson? Yeah, how intellect leads to harmony in life and why absence of the intellect or a deluded intellect leads to suffering. There is no one, not your partner, not the honey, not the society, not anything makes you suffer. It is only you make yourself suffer. This is the topic of satsang. You make yourself suffer means my intellect agrees to the mind that you insulted me, that is why I am suffering. Now you see that. See, take an example. My partner said me this thing. Who says this? Intellect. So why the intellect says? Because it agrees to the mind. So what the mind is feeling? Mind is feeling the insult. Are you the mind? Are you the intellect? If you are the mind and intellect, obviously, then you will suffer. So now let us expand that in a systematic way. That is the approach, beautiful approach of our great masters. Our daily interaction, how we interact to the world, either by perception. So perception goes into the mind, it becomes, again my sister has come, she does not listen. Come on, mind, hold on. Barbara, say to the mind, may there be happiness for all. Finished. What I have to do? So perception, thought process and emotions, that is the thought, speech and action. We discuss thought, speech and action. Behind it, there is an emotion, attitude, behavior and conduct. I have added emotionals. And they are influenced by the past impression, prarabdha, and they are in trillions in numbers. In the first compartment, second compartment, we have the 6 treasures. We already discussed about the 6 treasures, how to awaken to those 6 treasures. So now we have 2 compartments, but we always take help of the first compartment with all those past impressions, ideas. So burning desire to realize the real self do not take place in the intellect. And if it is not taking place in the intellect, it will dig the same past impressions. What should I do? Master says satsang. By continuous satsang is 1, and the sahasra, the 8-step or 9-step format, is the second. You have to remember all the steps during the day. Oh, which step is required now? Because I'm into anxiety, it's not going. I have recognized, let me do the practice. Let me settle my mind into the Mangalajan. And if it is not happening, let me do the practice. So the role of the satsang is very important. So what is satsang? I told you, association with the real. Who understands association with the real? The intellect. Intellect understands. So, but if the intellect is dictated by the mind, it will not understand. It will fall into sleep. In Dennis session, this guy, he's a wonderful guy, but my mind is distorted. What should I do? Sometimes he used to ask the irrelevant questions, which has no relevance in our session. But there is another yoga teacher who controls the entire session. So he told this guy, no, you should not ask these questions. But sometimes he sleeps in sometime. But the satsang helps you in all the possible ways, even if you are sleeping, even if you don't agree, continuously attending the satsang at least helps you. Why? Because satsang at least puts something in your mind about the reality. That is how the satsang clears the inner driver and why the absence of the satsang creates suffering. So let us see, answer that question. Satsang means association with the real Sat, the truth that never changes. So you are listening to the teacher. You know, the teacher has to strictly abide with the journey of the Eastern wisdom. He has nothing to teach from its own. All knowledge is already there. But can you answer, I'm not interested and still I'm listening. I'm not progressing and still I'm listening. That does not make a sense. Do you agree? I'll make you disagree. So when I make you disagree, it means that is the importance of the satsang. Clear? Let us understand that. Let us understand. If you agree, you have to say yes. Who gave you the desire to know the truth? Who gave you, or forget about the truth, who gave you the desire to know anything since our childhood? Did you learn it in the school? Did you learn it in the universities? Did you learn from your parents? It is inherent. Desire to know. Someone knocks the door. I don't know, Mom, who is there? Means I want to know. It is inherent. And it is only in the human being. It is absent in all the living species. Desire to know. But desire to know you are crazy or you are good or you are fine. Or desire to know that you are rich, you are not. Desire to know you have a good relationship with your partner. You see, the desire to know. That is always present. Desire to know. Desire to know. The human mind alone has the capacity to seek. So that seeking, that desire to know, reaches to the highest point. Desire to know what is beyond this body, what is beyond this sensory pleasure, what is beyond this mind, what is beyond this ego. That is the journey of the Eastern wisdom. So the satsang helps you. Do you agree? You need to be qualified. But yes, that qualification may come later. Sometimes people awaken after 80 or 70 years. Sometimes people pay more attention and they evolve much faster. So that choice is with you. But otherwise, the satsang helps everyone. Do you agree? If you don't agree, you can raise the question. That is the logic. One logic. There are many others, but I'm putting up. So the satsang helps everyone. You are not qualified seeker, attend the satsang. You are qualified, you attend the satsang. It helps both in a different way. Absence of satsang, it's a return of the suffering. Absence of satsang, at least you don't have any reasoning. You don't have that clarity in your mind. My partner is always crazy. He doesn't understand. Now, you go into the world without attending the satsang, you have this statement. But when you attend the satsang, then you recognize, is it my mind blaming my partner? Yes, it is my mind. So can I calm down instead of blaming him or her? Yes, it's a natural step. It's a natural step. So my mind has created an image about my partner. That is why I'm reacting, or it is because of my partner. Now you see that in that process the satsang helps you. The absence of satsang, absence of satsang never takes you to the right path. I just in Barbara said, I withdraw myself. Yes, withdraw. So what happens if you don't attend the satsang? You don't withdraw. You build up the ego, and you have been talking this nonsense. Every time you meet me, it has been 10 times. Now I don't want to talk to you. So you introduce the satsang. You remain calm. You allow the other person also. You don't give them that opportunity to react because you withdraw. You are calm. We are trying to understand how the intellect helps us. If you attend the satsang and use the intellect, it can help you in any situation in your life. My master used to say, you another word, vichar karo. It is the same principle. So we have in our home both garbage bin and the storage. The storage belongs to the 6 treasures, and the garbage bin belongs to all the past impression, reaction, duality, conflict, the worldly intellect. Now, what happens in satsang? It has a normal flow inside. What is the normal flow? The intellect. I gave you a metaphor. The intellect is the driver. Intellect is the driver. Mind is the steering. I gave you an example. Mind is the steering. Prana is the dynamic energy, fuel or engine. Senses and the body as a wheel. And then the world outside. So who is sitting there? There is a silent owner. Who is that silent owner? It is the real self. It's a normal flow. There is an order. The intellect rules, mind serves, senses follow, leading to right thought, speech, and action. You have no chance for getting into anxiety, duality, and a conflict. Did you miss anything? Inverted flow. Now what is, so here it is, you are extracting and allow these 6 treasures to manifest in your life. And if you do it regularly, even if you do not reach to the highest real self, you are improving, you are progressing, you are evolving. Now look at the inverted flow. Where is the how come the inverted flow? Because of the delusion. Delusion of the intellect means the driver loses clear vision of the road. I'm talking to my honey, so I lost my vision. But why I lost my vision? Because my partner is responsible. That is another delusion. Are you understanding? Say yes. So delusion of the intellect means the driver loses the clear vision of the road anytime, in any event, in any relationship, not because of the lack of light, but because of the fog, clouds, the clarity in the intellect. What is this fog? This is ignorance. How this ignorance comes up? Because of misidentification, because of corrupted decision, because of confused mind, because of disturbed prana, because of my impulsive senses, and because of the suffering. Think of it. Think of it. Deluded in. Now just think of it. I say you are crazy. So it is a delusion of the intellect. My intellect is deluded. That is why. How dare I should say you that you are crazy? How dare? I challenge you. I challenge my intellect. Oh, it is coming from the mind. The mind has created an image about you from the past impression. No, it is misidentification. It is a corrupted decision. It is a confused mind. It is an impulsive senses. It is the disturbed prana. It is the suffering. Should I do it? No, I should not do it. Why I should not do it? May there be happiness for all. I want to discover that happiness in my life. So those people who have left us, left this company, thank to them. I hope they are doing good in their life. They are living in peace. But the ego helps me to leave that. So modern life surrounds us with unprecedented comfort. We have unprecedented means of the comfort. An equal amount, equal measure of confusion also. You add the comfort with the phone, and then there is a confusion. I heard the news. I think you all can think of, don't think in a negative way, but we have a scenario. If I'm right, the Strait of Hormuz, the sea, it's not more than 20 miles deep depth. And in that depth, the optic fiber cable passes through. Don't think in the way, but I'm just creating a scenario. So if anyone, I'm not blaming anyone, so if anyone cuts those cables, the entire world is at standstill. No bank account. You cannot access. Phone, TV, virtual session. Don't get upset, Barbara. I'm just giving a scenario. Everything is gone. It is a comfort that is gone. Behind every comfort, it is full of confusion. So from intellect, you already understand that every possibility is there. Why every possibility? The world continues to change. I cannot communicate to you because phone works with the internet. You cannot have the latest news. You cannot drive because you always drive with the Google map. That is why the satsang is required. Answer is yes. That is why the satsang is required. Satsang cleans the windshield of the intellect. That windshield contains the clouds, corrupted decision, egoism, reaction, and they are expressed in the thought, speech, and action. It must leave you. With satsang, without satsang. With satsang, at least that is why the master says you need to contemplate and reflect again and again and again and again until they are settled completely. They are settled completely in your intellect, and then it can start extracting the resources of the six treasures in your thought, speech, and action. Means in every event, in relationship. So where is the confusion? Where is the corrupted decision? Answer is no. Then you become a qualified seeker. And once you become a higher level of a seeker, when you reach to that higher level of a seeker, you simply listen to these simple principles and you reach there. So satsang can also help us to reach to that state of consciousness. That state of consciousness. Again, understand, my friend, intellect is like the driver who must know the road, the rules, and the destination. I'm talking to you. You have come to my house. So my intellect should know the rule, the road, and the destination. In peace, in happiness, in joy. Intellect is maintaining its awareness. It bypasses the mind. Mind is the steering. So I follow. The mind follows the intellect, and the mind. So when mind moves the steering, where the mind moves, the senses also follows. So your perception also follows of an event, of relationship. Everything is so clear in your life. When every day, at all time, in all the conditions. But in ordinary, normal association, you are exposed to the news, social media, gossip. Driver constantly hears you are only your body. You are the mind. You are the status. You are rich. You are likes. You are your achievements, and everything is garbage is already there, and that garbage distorts my mind, corrupts my vision, and leaves the glass foggy. And with that foggy glasses, I see the world outside. Oh, look at this guy. He shows me, oh, he's rich. I'm also rich. I also know what a crazy guy. Satsang drops that ideas. Satsang drops that delusion. No, this delusion is not going to work. So absence of the satsang, without satsang, the mind dwells mostly on sense objects. Mostly. So what it means? Mind dwells mostly on sense objects, on roles, on stories, my money, my image, whether I shaved completely, every hair is clean or not, my success, my failure. Self-limited, contraction, then there is a chance of anxiety, duality, and a conflict. So these dwellings, these thoughts and a feeling, breeds attachment. What is this attachment or detachment? I cannot be happy without this. You can add this. I will remain unhappy as long as my partner is in my home. Now, I'm just giving an example. You can use the partner in a different. Every time I come to my home and I see this table, I have to throw this table. And people just throw this table. They buy costly table, you have to pay a lot of money, and then EMI. What should I do? Do nothing, remain crazy. Absence of satsang. The dwelling breeds attachment. When reality doesn't match the demand, anger, frustration arise. And that hesitation clouds the intellect like a thick fog. And we are gone. First topic. I'll pick up this topic one more point later in our next session. So close your eyes. We have to do the practice. So eyes are closed. So close your eyes, and then do you remember? We'll pick up selective steps in our Thursday's meditation so that you can understand the short practice of settle, settling, settle through, settle through place, position, and posture. Okay. And then move the mind on the entire body, settling in sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Just check. If you can follow 100% the Thursday session, you live in higher awareness. But if you are doing a longer practice of meditation, it leads you to higher awareness. You have to understand in that way. So then being carefree. Carefree means you start noticing. Noticing what? Oh, you go back into the past, you start noticing how your partner behaved and how that friend behaved. No! You have to notice what are the thoughts going on into your mind at this moment. At this moment in you, you notice yourself. Don't notice the others. Sometimes when I speak loudly, people say that don't be angry. So I said, okay, I will not be angry. So you notice the thoughts, feeling, emotions, sensations, whatever is going on. Yes, just continue to watch whatever the thoughts, feeling, emotions, you notice them, they come and they go. What is the place they come and go? That is the place of sama, dhamma, uparamati diksha. Did you understand? After all, we need a space to have your house, my house, your place, my place. So behind the presence of the entire group session, there is a space. ठीक है Ashok. And behind that, the same way, we have Sama, Dhamma, and Uparama, all these 6 treasures. So in that, just once, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, because you touched, you feel the Sama and Dhamma, and that is the right moment for the mind to say the Mangala Charan. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. You already know, may there be happiness for all. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be wholeness for all. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. So now you see you are settled as if you are settled in the deeper within, in the storage compartment, not in the garbage bin. And from there, you have a higher perception of the first neighbor. First neighbor, the world of people, relationship, partner, etc., attachment, detachment, not me. Do I have a fear of birth and the death? Not me. It relates to the body. Do I have a concern for hunger and thirst? It is not me. It is the prana, third neighbor, known as the pranamaya kosha. Fourth neighbor is the mind, attachment and detachment. So just check it. Do I have any thought of attachment? Any thought. It just pops up in the mind. It means the mind contains those impressions. You just notice them. That is all. That is enough. And the fifth neighbor is the ego and the I-ness. The sixth neighbor is the ignorance. Ignorance we just discussed. Ignorance leads to corrupted decision, confusion, dukkha, suffering, etc. Behind that, there is a real self I have to find out. So, no issue. You just move with the flow of the breath. Because the mind does not have an access, intellect doesn't have an access to that reason. Why? Intellect is matter. We are accessing the consciousness. So we stay with the six treasures, with the flow of the breath. Oh, is that the way? Yes. I'm just opening up a new chapter in the journey. So you are looking at the breath, flow of the breath. Flow of the breath means three-pointed attention on the breath. Three-pointed attention on the breath means the breath is going in and out, 1 point. Feel the sensation inside, 2nd point. 3rd point, no change in the rate. So when you see no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath, that unchanging feeling identifies with the higher consciousness reflected in your mind for your experience. You will listen to this again, so that brings a sense of absorption. That is what the Buddha talks about, the breath mindfulness. No, he doesn't say breath mindfulness, he only says mindfulness. But we interpret like this. So I explained that way. Now you see if any other thought comes. you remember the 3-point attention on the breath and reset it, you resettle. But you see, the previous 5 or 6 steps has to be done in order to sustain and maintain the breath mindfulness for a longer period. So the previous step, so that becomes a short practice of meditation. You are still aware of the breath. So there is a 3-pointed attention on the breath. Basically, the mind is riding on the breath inward and outward at the behest, at the order of intellect. Am I right? Just prove it by your experience. But the deluded intellect comes in between, it interferes. No issue at all. You already have attended the satsang, you are aware, you know it. You return again. So you want to go deeper? So if you want to go deeper, we make the mind subtler. How? You have to reflect on this, that how it makes the mind subtler when you drop Om Shanti on the breath going in, on the breath coming out. I'm using the language of Eastern wisdom. It makes the mind subtle. If you have 4-pointed attention on the breath, 4-pointed attention, that includes your dropping the Om Shanti on the breath going in, Om Shanti on the breath coming out without changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So it is a dynamic flow. So you maintain your self-awareness intact. It rises deeper. It avoids the lazy absorption because you are dropping consciously through an intellect on the breath by the mind. So you see, we are engaging except the senses and the objects of the world. We are engaging the mind, that is steering, intellect, that is the driver, and then the breath awareness, and Om Shanti, please. I discussed before also this Om Shanti as if you perceive, or I would make it in a simple way. You see Om Shanti on the breath going in, you see the Om Shanti, the breath coming out. That is the exact meaning of dropping Om Shanti. Just see. If you succeed you just see that Om Shanti. How? The moment we meet, you see me, you know my name. The moment you see the breath, you see Om Shanti also. Oh, so the Om Shanti is associated with the breath? No, we are associating. Why? For self-absorption. Oh, that's a new point, yes. Very subtle, very interesting. And I made a promise to you that Eastern wisdom is a conscious journey. It is an instrument of knowledge. It's a conscious journey where we know each and every step where we are going. When this breath in the Shanti goes in and out, you may feel as if they are moving in a straight line. It is nothing outside, not inside. That is the point of this self-absorption. So do nothing, remain as you are. So doing nothing is again a waiting period. You may have vision in colors also in this stage. Be with it, no issue. You are aware, let them come, let them go. Well, if the mind again returns with a full force from the garbage bin, you can follow Shanti. That is not an issue. Intellect is always ready to make the right decision at the right moment. And in that state, you can say it loudly or you can say it mentally with me. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Third time. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. your mind on the left hand. Lift your both your palms, place it on your eyes. And then bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. But don't forget the entire scheme of the 8 steps of Sahasra. The Sahasra you already know. We have done the practice. But before that, there is a recall and remember these principles. So even just after the session, do whatever you want to do. But ask the mind to, let me repeat. Let me repeat. So let us start sharing your experiences with David.
Thank you. I really enjoyed that meditation. And metaphorically, I was looking at it as if I had a snow shovel shoveling the snow out of my mind, and the snow was my delusion and past impressions, and just cleaning up was going on for me. So thank you.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes. We should ask the intellect to create such a metaphor. It helps to deepen the practice. Don't worry about any thought process. That, if there is a thought, then it is not a meditation. So even when you are thinking that you are before meditation, you think that I'm now going into meditation. So you have introduced the meditation by thought. So don't go into those crazy stuff. How are you, Barbara?
Very good. And I just feel totally at peace. That's all I can say. Totally at peace.
Beautiful. Yes. So follow the 8 steps and live your life. What I have to do? Inside it is the 8 steps vibrating. Beautiful. How are you, Dennis?
Peaceful meditation. I was following all the steps with awareness and watching, observing the mind, and while observing, the mind was calming down, and at the end it was just dark space and it's thinking.
Beautiful. Beautiful, yes. Observing the mind is calming down. You see, these pointed approach help us to deepen the practice. Are you, Christina?
Thank you, Grace. There was no resistance between the mind and the body. I was able to just get comfortable mentally, physically, and watching the flow of the breath was a beautiful, fluid feeling. I didn't see anything, but it was just watching the breath. We all know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to explain.
Yes.
And it was very, very soothing.
Soothing, beautiful, yes, yes. Watching the flow of the breath is the right expression. So when the mind is steering on the flow of the breath without changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath, why? The mind did not pick up anything from the garbage bin. And that becomes the soothing. So I completed one lesson of the satsang, where how to satsang and in relationship to the intellect. We'll go to the second lesson of the satsang in our next lesson. How are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. So it's like that every time when I do the practice, it's a conscious thing that I am not choosing those thoughts which upsets me. So this way, by doing the practice, I'm filtering those thoughts in my head. So it makes the mind at rest. And same thing I can do when I'm not meditating and then working for like outside.
Yeah. That's another level of perception. That is where the meditation lives. Beautifully said. How are you, Sangeeta?
So completely पीसफुल था उसका लास्ट में थोड़ा कनेक्शन खत्म हो गया तो एकदम हल्का सा लगा था बट बहुत बहुत अच्छा.
Beautiful. She also experienced very good meditation. Yes, Ashok, sorry, I'm picking you last. I'll pick you first.
Sir, why I am saying so? Sir, please don't say sorry.
Okay. Okay.
सर बड़ा ही पीसफुल था और जब मैं सर ब्रीदिंग इन कर रहा हूँ ना तो ओम और जब ब्रीदिंग आउट कर रहा हूँ तो शांति I mean it was not there was no change in the rhythm but while I was inhaling that is om and while exhaling that is shanti so is it okay?
अपनी बात तो जरूर डालोगे
नहीं अपनी बात नहीं डालूंगा
no it's okay yes it's okay he did something different and he was asking me if it is okay I said yes okay so very good so ठीक है इसीलिए तो so we will pick up the second lesson of the satsang in our next lesson. That is all for today. Thank you very much. We'll meet again.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you, sir.